Yo everyone, this is Pilgrim. I think it's the 21st of August today. Does that sound about right? That could be about right, I guess it is. Anyway, I just wanted to say a few words while I'm out driving. And guess what it's about? It's going to feature some microtransactions. Hang on, I'm trying to get out of a parking lot without killing anyone. There we go, we're free! So, microtransactions, let's talk Apex Legends. They just started their season 2 and they decided to shoot themselves in the face several times. They've got this like quite successful game going there, Battle Royale, that they're competing with Fortnite with, and it's going pretty well, even though they don't update the game as often as Fortnite gets updated. But you know, hey ho, at least the devs on Apex get to like sleep at night. Anyway, when they released season 2, they fucked the game up with microtransactions. So the deal is like this. Previously, the folks making Apex Legends have said, yo, we want to make a battle royale where we treat you, the gamer, the consumer, in a fair kind of way, so you can get anything if you just play it. You don't need to buy stuff to get, you don't need to give us money to have everything. It's a free-to-play game, and we want to keep it like genuinely free-to-play. All well and good, that's what they do. Season 1 was pretty fair. I don't think anyone had any major issues with their monetization. Anyway, come season 2, and they introduced these like semi-random loot boxes. They introduced like caps on what you can get through gaming. Basically, long story short, the only way you can get all the fucking items is if you pay them like 170 euros, bucks, pounds, whatever. Basically way too much money to get some like limited items. So that's fucked up on its own, you know? And then you can have a discussion like, well, you know, is this Respawn, the developers, doing it? Is it EA, the publishers, doing it? I mean, you know, let's not beat around the fucking bush here. EA have a bit of a history of being motherfuckers about microtransactions. But anyway, you know, whoever you want to blame, that's what's happened, either the developers or the publishers. But of course, the community was a bit annoyed about this and was like, what the fuck, why can't I get, you know, items through my gameplay? Why do I now have to pay you? Especially considering the solemn pledge that you granted us, right? What about all this like philosophy of Apex? Like, you know, all this shit that they'd be going on about. Community's pissed off, and rightly so. What is going on here? I'm trying to get past the fucking... Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. There's a guy like reversing on the middle of the road. Okay, I'm past him. So, what the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, community is really pissed off about all this shit, so they stir up a bit of a ruckus in the Reddit, the subreddit for Apex. So then the developers come out a few days later and post a apology on their dev blog, saying like, oh yeah, we're sorry that this happened. We made a solemn pledge we wouldn't fuck you with microtransactions. Turns out we fucked you with microtransactions. This was wrong of us to break our promise. So now we're changing things, but then like brackets, not so much, but still a little bit. So we're changing things a little bit, so everything's well and good. Basically, they made it sort of possible to get everything through gameplay if you sit like there 24 hours a day. Instead of it being that you have to pay, it's now just that you realistically have to pay. Anyway, you're still being fucked, but just not as badly. But what happened with this apology, which makes it particularly noteworthy, is like the next day, one of the like developers of the game posted a post about it on Reddit, and people were like calling them out for it, like, yo, you know, this is bullshit. Why did you do like this? This is, you know, this is fucked up. What, you weren't going to fuck us over? Now you fucked us over with microtransactions. And the developers just go like ape shit and start calling the guys on Reddit who are complaining freeloaders, because they don't want to buy anything in a free-to-play game. They're like, well, the problem is that you want everything to free. You want everything for free. Yeah, it's a free-to-play game, buddy. Anyway, they started calling like these people all sorts of names, and it's like, it's just so ironic that they do that the day after posting an apology. So it's like hashtag sorry not sorry. So first the developers are saying, yeah, I'm really sorry we introduced these things, you know, we're going to change everything now. And then people are like, yeah, it was bad you did that. They're like, fuck you! Fucking freeloader! Give me your money! Anyway, so there was a bit of a humdinger going on Reddit. with names going backwards and forwards. And then the next day, there's another apology saying, oh, look, after the last apology, we had someone who was angry. We'd like to apologize for the response of ours to your response to our initial apology. I don't know what's fucking going on with Respawn. You know, it's me and Sleeve had a quick discussion about this the other day on WhatsApp about, you know, who's actually running that boat, you know, who's driving that ship, like, no, driving the ship, running, I don't know what you do. Who's in charge, basically, you know? Is it fucking Respawn, the developers, making this, or is it EA? And, you know, who knows, like, who's actually made that call? You know, my inclination is to go with, like, well, EA are these fucking evil publishers, so they're going to, like, threaten to shut your fucking studio down unless you're milking every last penny out of every grandma buying your game. But Sleeve Monkey made the fair point that, like, well, maybe... Oh, actually, it was Doodle, I think, who said that. Maybe it's just the case that companies that are more, you know, friendly inclined, that are more positively inclined to fucking microtransactions, that make a deal with EA in the first instance. And maybe that's the case as well. And maybe Respawn genuinely thought that what their game needed was more like loot boxes and microtransactions. Anyway, it just shows you... the thing that it made me think of is it's just a fucking good example of corporate doublespeak, you know? You've got, like... you got a fucking apology from these people saying, oh yeah, we're very sorry, we take the community very seriously and we don't want to upset you with our aggressive monetization, and, you know, we regret what we've done, but this learning process. And it just reeks of corporate bullshit. And you think, like, they don't mean that, you think, but at least they're paying lip service, as if that's enough these days. I guess it is enough these days. But then the next day they're out on Reddit calling people freeloaders for not wanting to buy stuff in a free-to-play game. So obviously they didn't mean a fucking word of what they said, otherwise they wouldn't be acting like shits. And you can say, yeah, it's just a couple of disgruntled employees, but it was like the lead fucking developer and several other ones, and the fucking community manager, calling people like shits because they're complaining about microtransactions. It's like, what? You can't both apologize and say you want to do better and then, you know, fucking shit on people who complain about what you've done. You have to sort of pick a lane, buddy, you know what I mean? Just pick one. I don't know. And now, like, their second apology has gone round, and apparently some folks are like, oh, I guess that's okay. I guess they really were sorry after all. It's like, no, they're not. They're trying to fucking make money, obviously. And they're not being so fucking, they're not being particularly professional about it. Anyway, maybe that's good that they're a bit more fucking honest than EA, you know? Pride and accomplishment. Fuck, it still makes me laugh, that shit. You know, that was their defense for why they put, why they locked everyone behind a paywall in Star Wars Battlefront 2, that they needed, like, fucking 80 hours of grinding to get one character. They were like, yeah, we wanted people to have a sense of pride and accomplishment when they unlocked those characters. It's like, no, you didn't. You wanted them to give you $3 filthy for that character. Anyway, I don't even know. This is so fucking nonsense, man. I was particularly incoherent today. It's a short video. The end. I mean, it's not even a video. It's a short recording. The end. Goodbye forever. Bye.